President already suggesting he is open to supporting a corporate tax code overhaul to help American companies compete against foreign firms.
Former Shell Oil President John Hofmeister could not agree more, and he joins us now in an exclusive interview to discuss. John, what are your thoughts here?
Liz, if we could address the corporate tax rate, we free up immediate cash that companies could invest in jobs in this country. The 35% rate versus the rest of the world is not competitive. Let's get competitive at between 20 and 25%, asking corporations to please use that money productively, which they will, to make more money for their shareholders, and in the meantime create more jobs at the same time.
Is there any evidence, John, that that money might be put back directly in investment as opposed to being spent or sent out as dividends?
If the CEOs and their boards and their executive committees sense growth opportunity, everybody wants to make more money. That's the way the system works. And to make more money, you invest. You invest in innovation, in technology, in productivity, in new product development, all of which gets turned into revenue, which falls through to the bottom line as profitability, which enables you to do it again. It's the way the system works, but there needs to be that little push, and getting more cash flow from not having to hold cash back to pay taxes is a good way to do it.
John, how serious do you think the administration and the U.S. Congress is about reforming corporate taxes? I mean, we haven't seen corporate tax reform in decades. Do you think they'll do it now?
It would take bold leadership, Liz, and I don't have confidence that we're going to see bold leadership. Everything that I've heard thus far is almost more of the same, just putting some nicer icing on the cake, if you will. Bold leadership means take risk. Everybody's scared of the deficit. Well, if you generate revenue, here's one. I mean, you know that I've been on this kick about we could create 3 million jobs in this country if we would raise the production target for domestic natural or crude oil production from 7 million to 10 million barrels. 3 million jobs would be a tide that lifts all ships, and it wouldn't take a dime of taxpayer money to do it. But I don't think we have the bold leadership in the White House or in any of the cabinet agencies which would say, let's go do that, because they've resisted drilling. Well, they're resisting new
John,
access.
I think you're ignoring, and I know you know this better than anybody, another agenda that they have, which besides their agenda to build jobs, they also have an agenda, a green agenda, which you argue takes money away from job creation. And the question is, which agenda is more important? Because you can't necessarily have both, can you?
You can do both. Actually, the revenue generation to the government from more royalties off of domestic production could be used for more so-called green jobs. But it's a 10-to-1 factor. In other words, using taxpayer money to create so-called green jobs is not nearly as enriching a proposition to the total GDP of this country as producing millions of jobs to produce hydrocarbon energy. And here's the rub. We're going to use 20 million barrels a day of hydrocarbon energy. We're only going to produce 7. We used to produce 10. Let's go back to 10. And we can still do green jobs on top of that, because the way we keep energy affordable in this country, which helps the economy, is to have more supply than there is demand. And we're running low on hydrocarbons. We see the prices going up for coal, for oil. Natural gas could spike later this year because we're doing everything we can to resist hydrocarbon production, but we're still in a hydrocarbon era. We're not in a green jobs, renewable energy era yet. It's only 2% of our energy supply.
All right. Thank you, former Shell President John Hofmeister. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks.